dim light of a forgotten room, there lies an object, seemingly mundane, yet imbued with an unsettling aura. A mirror. But not just any mirror. This mirror, encased in ornate blackened wood, seems to whisper secrets of despair to those who dare to gaze into its depths. It is said that it reflects not merely one's physical form, but rather the very essence of dread that lurks within the shadows of the soul. As you approach it, an inexplicable chill fills the air, as if the atmosphere itself is aware of the hidden horrors that dwell within. The surface of the mirror shimmers faintly, beckoning you closer, as if inviting you to confront the deepest fears that reside within your heart. You may feel the impulse to step back, yet an unseen force seems to draw you in, urging you to take that final step forward. In the beginning, mirrors were revered as objects of beauty and magic. They were thought to hold the power to reflect not only the physical appearance, but also the spiritual state of a person. Ancient cultures believed that mirrors could capture the soul. In some traditions, a broken mirror was seen as a harbinger of bad luck, a shattered reflection of one's inner turmoil. Yet this particular mirror, it seems, has transcended mere superstition. It embodies dread itself. Imagine standing before it, your reflection staring back. But is it truly you? The eyes that look back might seem familiar, yet there's a flicker of something else, an unsettling darkness that appears to swirl within. In that moment, the mirror does not just show you your exterior, but rather the cracks in your facade, the fears that you keep hidden beneath layers of bravado. It reveals the unspoken worries, the insecurities that gnaw at your soul. This phenomenon is not confined to folklore. Many throughout history have reported strange experiences with mirrors. One such account comes from a small town where a local legend spoke of a mirror that could reveal one's worst fears. Residents became obsessed, drawn to the mirror's reflective surface. They would gather around it, waiting for their moment to confront their innermost terrors. The results were often harrowing. Those who gazed deeply into the mirror would emerge visibly shaken, some even refusing to speak of what they had seen. The mirror, it seemed, was a conduit for dread, a portal into a realm of darkness. The stories told of this mirror spread like wildfire, capturing the imaginations of those who heard them. Some claimed to witness visions of their own demise, while others reported seeing loved ones twisted and tormented, trapped in a cycle of fear. The mirror's reputation grew, as did its allure. It became an object of curiosity and fear, a chilling reminder of the fragility of the human psyche. As the tales continued to circulate, the town became divided. Those who believed in the mirror's power sought it out, while skeptics dismissed it as mere superstition and trickery. But could it really be dismissed so easily? The human mind is a labyrinth of shadows, and the mirror seemed to possess the uncanny ability to illuminate those dark corners, forcing individuals to confront the very essence of their dread. In one particularly gripping account, a young woman named Clara approached the mirror, driven by an insatiable curiosity. She had heard the whispers felt the pull of the stories, and like many before her, she believed she could face whatever lay hidden within her. As she stood before the mirror, her heart raced, and she whispered a silent prayer for courage. The surface shimmered ominously, and as she gazed deeper, her reflection began to shift. What she saw was not merely her own face, but a distorted version of herself, eyes wide with terror, reflecting a life filled with regret and missed opportunities. The mirror showed her visions of paths not taken, moments where fear had held her back, and the overwhelming dread of what could have been. Clara felt as though she were drowning in her own emotions, the weight of despair washing over her like a tidal wave. It was a profound and terrifying revelation. She turned away, trembling, unable to articulate what she had just experienced. Yet the allure of the mirror was not easily forgotten. Days later, Clara found herself drawn back, compelled to seek clarity from the darkness. This time, she steeled herself for the experience, ready to confront the visions that haunted her. Standing once more before the mirror, she inhaled deeply, steadying her breath. The reflections danced before her, shifting like shadows in the night. As she peered into the depths, she was met with a new revelation, a vision of her deepest fear, the loss of her loved ones, her family engulfed in sorrow, unable to cope with her absence. In that moment, the mirror became more than just a reflection. It was a mirror of dread, revealing the fragility of human connection and the inevitability of loss. Clara stumbled back, gasping for air, the reality of her fears crashing over her like a storm. What was once mere curiosity had transformed into a haunting realization of the impermanence of life. But the mirror did not only reflect dread, it seemed to feed on it, growing stronger with each soul it ensnared. Those who dared to gaze into its depths often found themselves unable to look away, becoming trapped in a cycle of self-reflection. The mirror became a dark companion, offering a twisted sense of clarity while simultaneously eroding their sense of self. Friends and family began to notice a change in Clara. She became withdrawn, her laughter replaced by an eerie silence, as if the mirror had stolen a piece of her spirit. As more individuals succumbed to the mirror's dark allure, the town began to change. The once vibrant community became shrouded in an unsettling gloom, as if the very air was thick with despair. An invisible weight settled over the residents, and whispers of the mirror turned into hushed warnings. The object that had once inspired curiosity now instilled fear, a reminder of the darkness that lurked within. It became clear that the mirror was not just a reflection of dread, it was a harbinger of it. Those who gazed too long found themselves entangled in a web of their own making, unable to escape the shadows of their fears. The mirror had a way of revealing not only what frightened them, but also what they were truly capable of becoming. It laid bare their vulnerabilities, exposing the raw, unfiltered truth of their existence. The townspeople began to gather, sharing their experiences, their encounters with the mirror that reflected dread. Some spoke of nightmares that lingered long after they had stepped away, while others described feelings of being haunted by their own reflections. The mirror became a symbol of their collective fears, a dark mirror reflecting not just individual dread, but the pervasive anxiety that seeped into their lives. As the stories continued to circulate, a sense of urgency grew within the community. They understood that the mirror was not merely a physical object. It represented the fear that resided within each of them. It was a reminder of their mortality, of the choices they had made, and the paths they had not taken. The dread it reflected was not limited to the confines of the mirror. It seeped into their everyday lives, manifesting in their relationships and their dreams. In a desperate attempt to confront the darkness, a group of brave souls decided to destroy the mirror, believing that by breaking its hold, they could free themselves from the grip of dread. They gathered in the town square, armed with hammers and determination. The air was thick with tension as they approached the ominous object, its surface glinting in the fading light. With every swing of the hammer, they felt a mix of dread and exhilaration, as if they were battling their own fears. But as the first crack echoed through the air, something unexpected happened. The mirror began to shimmer violently, the reflections swirling in a chaotic dance. The ground shook beneath them, and a piercing scream erupted from the depths of the mirror. It was the collective dread of the town, unleashed in a wave of darkness. The townspeople fell back, horror-stricken, realizing that they had not just been confronting a mirror, but the very embodiment of their fears. In that moment, they understood that dread is not something that can simply be shattered or erased. It is a part of the human experience, an integral aspect of existence. The mirror had served as a reflection of their darkest thoughts, but it also illuminated the strength found in confronting those fears. As they stepped back, breathless and shaken, they witnessed a transformation. The mirror, instead of shattering into pieces, began to dissolve into mist, the darkness swirling away into nothingness. A sense of relief washed over the crowd, as if a weight had been lifted, yet they knew that the dread they had faced was not gone. It would always be a part of them, but now they held the power to confront it, to acknowledge it, and to find strength in their vulnerability. In the end, the mirror that reflected dread was not just a haunting object. It became an emblem of resilience. It taught them that while dread may linger in the shadows, it does not have to consume them. The journey of facing their fears had transformed them, forging a bond within the community that would endure. As you ponder the tale of the mirror, consider your own reflections. What do you see when you gaze into the depths? Do you find dread lurking in the corners of your mind? Or do you see the strength that comes from confronting what frightens you? The mirror may have reflected dread, but it also offered a path toward understanding and ultimately liberation from the shadows that bind us. In the end, we are not defined by our fears. Rather, we are shaped by our courage to confront them, to embrace the darkness, and to emerge into the light, forever changed.